Hello, I'm Roy Matlock Jr., and I want to welcome you to our webinar. Today we're going to be discussing our company's expansion plans and some of the exciting opportunities that can go along with that. Many years ago, almost 30 years ago, I entered into the business for myself in the financial services business, and over a period of time was able to develop a business. I started out with no experience, no background in anything to do with money. I was a college dropout, and I was out there in the job market taking a look at something very bleak. And it's kind of like where things are right now for a lot of college kids getting out of college. They're having challenges. The economy is in a state of affairs for most people that it's causing the job market to be very difficult. For us, on the other hand, money is a problem for everybody, and we help people with their money. And so we're excited about the opportunity to go out and expand in what we believe is a great time economically to expand our business. I got started on a part-time basis with the financial services business, and when I did that, I started learning some things about money. And what I did was take and practice what I preached. Eventually went on to be full-time in the business. I spent about a year and a half part-time making extra money, and in 1986 I earned $33,000 helping people with their money. I started applying it to my own finances, and bottom line was 10 years later I was a cash millionaire. And so today what we're going to do is walk you through what I saw back during that time and what is going on today, which is the opportunity to make a career change, earn some extra income. For many of you is better than it's ever been. Here's what's going on in the world today. America is in a financial crisis. 103 million people right now carry credit card balances. It's doubled over the last 10 years. 36 million Americans, have no life insurance whatsoever. They go along with kids and families, and if anything were to happen, their family would be devastated. Of those people that are saving money, they're putting it in the wrong places. Right now, there's more money sitting in the bank than ever before. $5 trillion at the lowest interest rates that have ever been. And it's only getting more and more because of inheritances. Baby boomers are inheriting money from their parents, and as a result of that, they don't know what to do with their money. So what we do is we help people with their money. The job market today, people are struggling more today than ever before. 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. One of the interesting things right now is how many college kids are having trouble. The unemployment rate is more than double for kids under age, I call them kids, under age 25, trying to find something to do. I got started in this business when I was 24, and debt has forced college grads to move back home. I know nowadays it's like the kids just never seem to leave. And so if you're looking for a way to get out of the rat race, you're sick and tired of being in the position you're in, and you want to do something about it, then today's going to be a great day. What we do is we help families achieve financial freedom. We help and educate families and teach them how money works. We show people how banks, insurance companies, and big financial institutions have kept secrets from people that aren't being taught in school. I have people all the time telling me, say, Roy, why don't, this should be taught in high school. And I agree with them, but it's not. And so right now, people tend to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Generationally, they never accumulate wealth. So who are we? What we are is a financial marketing company. I started back in 1984. Today, through myself and my team, we have over 40,000 customers. We have 11 locations just in the Middle Tennessee area, along with a number of locations outside of the state of Tennessee. And we have more than $400 million in assets that we're handling for individuals. We're part of Primerica. Primerica is a New York Stock Exchange company. It's listed PRI. If you see that picture on the screen, I was actually there when it went public. I was able to walk down on the on Wall Street and be at the stock market when they rang the bell and Primerica went public. And the stock has done incredible. It's been one of the top performing stocks in the last 5 years. So if you want to check that out, it's listed as PRI. We represent many of the biggest companies in financial services. We do basically a one-stop shop for financial services. When I got involved initially in the business, I would tell people, here's the only business card you'll ever need, because if you contact me, if I don't do it, I can refer you to somebody that does. Today, we represent all of the major financial companies, all the mutual fund companies, the big annuity companies. You see some name brands up there. We help people get out of debt. We show people how to purchase the right car and home insurance. Our primary business is that we help people accumulate money and protect themselves in the event of an untimely death. So we represent all of the top companies in the industry. Here's what we do for people, our concept. We teach people how to become debt-free and financially independent. Now, how big of a market is that? See, I believe this, that at some point in time, you're going to have to wake up and say, man alive, I got to get my finances straight. It happens at different ages, but at some point in time, people are like, wow, I got to do something about it. And here's what happens. Most of the time, it's too late. And so I have 100 people that retire today. One's wealthy. So 1 out of 100, they're wealthy. They have a net worth of $5 million or more. 4 will be financially independent. And to be financially independent today, you need $1 million really to be able to really be there. There'll be about 4 of those. There'll be 40 of them that are working still because they need to continue to make money in order to make their normal bills. And then 54 of them will be dead broke. How do you know how you're doing? I've always told people this. First thing you need to do is you need to look at how many years you've worked, average out how much you think you've made each year, multiply that. So if you've been working for 10 years and you make $40,000 a year and you've earned $400,000, take a look at how much you have left after paying debt off and savings and see where you're at. And that gives you your savings rate. Because if you have debt, that means that you've been spending more than you make. And so that's how you come up and see how you're doing. And if you're not doing the right thing at this point, you need to get started. And that's what we teach people. We have products from the leaders in the industry. Term life insurance, Generation X, that's the young couples. We represent the #1 term provider in the country. We also handle investments. American Funds is the industry standard, along with all of the other major funds like Templeton, Fidelity, Legg Mason, etc. We also have products for the baby boomers. Baby boomers worry about protecting themselves in the event if they were to go into a nursing home. We provide long-term care and we provide annuities that gives guaranteed lifetime incomes and also different investment accounts through the different mutual fund industries. So how do we go about doing things? It says most people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. Traditional financial institutions sell you products. They don't provide you a solution. Most families that we talk to, when we meet with them, what we find is they're scattered. They've got their investments here, and they got their insurance here, and they've got their mortgage here, and they've got their credit cards here. They got all this stuff all spread out everywhere. And the reason is that companies, they sell products. They don't put together plans. With what we do, we pull together all of it so we can take a full look at what people do, and then we implement it for them. So we start out by educating people on how money works. Now, how does money work? Well, money is moving all the time. It can either be invested at a low rate of return, at a high rate of return. It's really up to you, but you got to understand the value of getting a better return on your money. And the Rule of 72 explains this. It approximates the number of years it takes you to double your money. So what happens is this. If you take any interest rate, divide it into 72, it tells you how long your money doubles. So if you get 3%, it doubles in 24 years. You get 12%, it doubles in 6 years, 6%, 12 years, and so on. And so let's take a look at what it means when it comes to saving money. You have 3 people with $10,000 apiece, and they start saving. Well, the first one gets 3%. At 3%, it doubles every 24 years, and that $10,000 grows to $40,000. At 6%, it doubles in 12 years. All right, watch what happens. Rather than doing that, look how much more money you were able to accumulate as a result of it doubling in every 12 years rather than every 24 years. But at 12%, it doubles every 6 years. So you got $2,560,000 versus $40,000, and it's the same money. It was just where was it put. And you say, well, how do you get 12%? Well, we show families how to get 12%, and we have accounts that have averaged that for better than 50 years where they can get started and do those kind of things. So let's take an example. If you put $200 a month aside, $200 saved at 3% is $148,000. At 12%, it's $1.3 million. So you're out there working right now. You're trying to get ahead, and you got your money at 3%. That's $148,000. But if you put it at 12%, it'd be $1.3 million. You can see how much difference just understanding how to get a better return means to people. Let's go back 30 years ago. You had $10,000 and you put your money aside. You put it in the bank, a money market account. During that time, that money grew at a certain rate, and the S&P 500, which is the stock market, grew at a certain rate. Let's take a look at the difference. 3.77%. or $10,000 grew to $30 in a money market versus 9.16% which is $276,000. So you can see the power of being able to go in and teach people how to move their money from low accounts into higher accounts and get a better rate of return. Next thing we do is we educate people on life insurance. Now, there's a product called cash value life insurance or whole life insurance, and here's how it works. If you compared saving money with your life insurance policy to banking, this is what basically happens. The first 1 to 3 years you put money into the bank, you get zero credit for your deposit. Nobody would invest in a bank that did that. The next thing is that they're going to pay you 3 to 6% on your money. Well, 3%, especially if they keep all your money the first 3 years, really doesn't add up to be very much at all. And we already know about compound interest now. The third thing, if you want to get your money out, you have to borrow that money and pay back interest at 6 to 9%. So who would want to borrow your own money? But that's how life insurance policies work. And then finally, if you die, they don't pay the face amount plus the cash value. They only pay the face amount. Now, with all that being said, who would do that knowingly? I don't think anybody would. Yet right now, there's about 100 million policies in force that work exactly like that. So let's take a look at what it means. We go into a family and they're spending $300 a month. They have $150,000 each. They're trying to protect their kids and they've been an untimely death. They're paying $298 a month. We come in, double their coverage to $300,000 each, and on term insurance. Now, term is strictly insurance, and by doing that, we can save them $175 a month. For $123 a month, we can give them twice as much as they're getting for $298 a month. We then take the $175, we use the magic of compound interest to invest it, and at age 70, they invest that money. It's $518,000 in cash. It's their money. They don't have to borrow it. They get it in the event something happens. Their family would receive it. So here's the bottom line. What happens is we go out, we meet with people. So here's an actual customer that we went out, we met with a family. Of course, the company had sold the wife, one agent sold the wife a policy, and another sold the husband. You can see putting $50,000 on the wife and the kids and $38,000 on the breadwinner didn't make a lot of sense. They were premium poor, but they were insurance. They didn't have anything. So they're paying $130 a month, trying to take care of their family, which is a lot of money for life insurance, but they really didn't have anything. So let's take a look at what we did. We took the coverage, we rearranged it, did it the right way, took the wife up to 100, $25,000 for the kids. They didn't need $50,000, and we raised the husband's coverage. Did it for $67 a month. Well, here's the bottom line. We take that money, invest the difference at 10% in 30 years, it's $142,000. If anything happened, they had that much more coverage. Well, guess what? The husband was killed in an auto accident. Actual client of ours coming home from work, difference to the family, $187,000. So we went in there and changed their life as a result of going in and just educating people, swapping them from what they had over to something better. Every consumer advocate says buy term insurance, yet we're the only company that only exclusively offers term coverage. So we go out and we do the right thing for people. So the bottom line, when it comes to what we do, we go out there and we swap people. We take them from low rates to high rates. We take them from bad insurance to good insurance. We get them more coverage for less money. We educate them on all the other items that they end up needing when it comes to saving money. We educate them on how to set budgets up and emergency funds and IRAs and 401k rollovers. We do all those kind of things. So what does that mean to you? It means there's a big opportunity out there. See, when I started, I wanted to own my own business. I wanted to be in business for myself and be my own boss and do my own thing. And so I'm going to talk to you now about how our compensation plan works, what it can mean to someone that's listening right now if you were to enter in and partner up with us and learn a new career. We grow up getting bad advice. The first thing that happens is we're told to open a savings account. So we go down to the bank, we open a savings account, we think, okay, we're making progress here. And then we're told you got to have good credit. So then what do we do to have good credit? We get credit cards and car payments and stuff like that. Then we go get our college degree. Once we get that, all right, we find out that it's time to go get a job. All right, we go try to get a job. You want to get benefits, and then you avoid anything that's risky, because it's unstable, like commission, and you definitely avoid being in business for yourself. Well, what are the results of that advice? Most people today, they're living paycheck to paycheck. They're struggling because it's just hard Okay, when you're on the expense side to really move forward, you need to be on the revenue side. And the revenue side is you go out and you create something. And so what we're going to talk about is moving into a career where you're your own boss and you can do your own thing. I started looking at my life and I said, well, do I want to rent or do I want to own my life? Do I want to have passive income or active income? Do I want to have limited or unlimited earnings? See, when I work for myself, I get ownership. When I leverage myself and have other people helping me and investment income, I get passive income or do nothing money. See, I want to wake up every day knowing I'm going to make money regardless of what I do. And I want unlimited earnings. And so what we're going to talk about is a way to do that. What are some of the things you got to consider when you're contemplating a career change? If you're looking at a career change, you got to first understand the way money works. Money is earned 4 different ways. You can be an employee, you can be self-employed, you can own a business, or you can be an investor. The goal is one day, at some point in time, to become an investor. So you start out as an employee. What is the benefits of an employee? You got guarantees, you got benefits, you got that. But the negative is that you're paid on a position. So they pay the position more than they pay the person. And the reason is that there's a job that needs to be done. You submit your resume, and there's an income range in there that's for that position. And unless you can go and move yourself through the corporate ladder, you're always going to be in that trading dollars for hours or hours for dollars. Then you move to self-employed. A lot of people want to be self-employed. The reason is they can be their own boss, do their own thing. Examples, like a doctor or a real estate agent. The benefit of being self-employed is that you set your own hours, and if you work hard, you can make more money. If you're really good at what you're doing, you can charge more for your services. But the same holds true if you don't work, you don't get paid. But a lot of people would rather be that way because of the fact that they can at least control their own hours and generally make more money. The third area, the way you make money, is you own a business. And when you own a business, you're really creating a system, and it's a money-making system. I think of Sam Walton right now. He's been dead for no telling how many years, yet every day Walmart opens up, it still contributes a gigantic income to his family and his heirs. And the reason is because he had other people working, he had a system, all right, and then what he was able to do was create a system that would duplicate itself, and it would go on and on and on. Or what he did was create a money-making system. The last part is to become an investor. The investor is where you save the money. Now the question becomes, how quickly do you want to become an investor? Do you want to do it over a long period of time? That's what we do with our customers, most of which have jobs, and we help them save money and they sacrifice, and one day they can get financial independent. Self-employed people, there's some benefits to that, mainly tax benefits and the fact you make more money, so they can move a little bit quicker. And then finally, as a business owner. Today, what we're going to talk about is the last 3. Most of you right now may have a job or you're in a job you don't like, or you may just want to make extra income, and we'll let you become self-employed with us. Ultimately, you may want to be an agency owner where you can actually own your own business and be your own boss. And then finally, one day, you can become an investor because you're getting there quicker. See, people think about going in business for themselves all the time. There's 3 reasons that they don't do it. They don't have the capital, number 1. They don't have the knowledge, and they're scared. So what we do here is we bring you into a system with no big investment. We bring you into a system that is built around a turnkey process. We use technology, just like you're seeing right now, along with our training systems, to help you to learn the business so you can learn it at your own pace. And then the third thing is you can start part-time and transition gradually into something full-time. So what we do is we give you the opportunity to go in business for yourself without all the risk of doing it alone. You don't have to go out and rent your space, office space, furniture, hire a secretary, and that kind of thing. There's no franchise fee. Even though you come into a system, you can use all the company names that we represent, like Matlock and Fidelity Investments and all those different ones, because we actually do business with them. There's unlimited territories. You can sell what we do all over the country. You can go anywhere, and now we have a system where you can actually meet with people, just like you're seeing right now, to where you can actually present and close business and not even be face-to-face with them, but do it strictly online. We never place demands on your working hours, no quotas, you got total time freedom, no loss of security. We have a transition period where you can, continue with your full-time job, work part-time with us until you're able to make a career change. So bottom line, you're in control of your own success. You can do whatever you want to do. So let's talk about compensation. How do we make money? We have a part-time program. That's generally how people enter our business. They generally enter for about 3 to 6 months. Part-time. They start learning what's going on. It takes about 30 to 60 days to complete licensing and certification. You'll be able to eventually get not only a life insurance license, but you'll also be able to get a securities license where you can actually market any product, investment product that we offer, where you'll personally market products and services. You work 10 or 15 hours a week. Somewhere between $1,000 and $3,000 a month is a typical hard-working part-timer. You get all the tax benefits of a 1099 income, like writing off your mileage and writing off your computers and your cell phone and all the different things. There's all types of advantage on that of being self-employed. So we begin part-time with a 10 or 15 hour a week schedule. We have training weekly online each week, 2 hours a week, where you can log in, it's live, and you can watch and learn from people that know how they're doing it. So that's our marketing route. You start out that way. The next thing is, and this will kind of give you an idea, if we went out, how do we make that money? So if you wanted to make that $1,450 a month, that will be 3 average term programs of $67 a month, along with 1 mutual fund transaction of, say, $25,000. So how does $25,000, where would we get that from? Maybe somebody changes jobs and they've got a 401k. We roll that over, or we set up an IRA for them or something of that nature. But the bottom line, $25,000 of mutual funds and 3 small term transactions will pay you about $1,450 a month. So we feel that once a week, 1 transaction a week, as a part-timer is very realistic. When I was part-time, I did that for years. I was part-time a year and a half, and I averaged more than 1 from the very beginning. So next thing is full-time. Full-time, 3 to 6 months, ballpark. You receive marketing support. You get to work out of the office. We have access to advanced training. You also start building up residual and recurring income, meaning that as we sell products, you'll continue to get paid on them once the sale is made for as long as that they are customers of ours. You'll also get opportunities for stock ownership. We have incredible trips. I've been to Hawaii 12 times. I've been to Italy. I've been everywhere you can imagine. Just on incentive trips, usually 3 of those a year. You can also assist in developing other people. We bring in there ballpark $50,000 to $100,000 a year opportunity while you're building something. An agency owner, that's what a lot of people want to be. They want to be their own boss, and that's where you lead other people, generally 2 to 4 years to get to that point. You get the incentive trips, you get residual income, but you also get ownership, income potential $150,000 plus. We have people that make 7-figure incomes as agency owners. $150,000 is very realistic, but even better than that, $150,000 and no boss and residual income that goes along with it. So how would you make $150,000? Well, here's an example. You build a business between you and your agents, and you'll have part-time and full-time agents that produce 19 clients a month. That'll pay about $151,000 a year as an agency owner. So we're not talking having to build hundreds. We're talking going out there and build 19 clients a month. I had months where we were doing 300 to 400 clients a month. Only 19 clients a month will pay you $151,000 as an agency owner. So now, additional agency compensation, you get renewals on life insurance, you get bonuses every month, quarterly securities bonuses, you get paid as you produce other people and they produce other people, you get discounted stock, but more importantly, you get ownership. In other words, if something happens, it goes to your kids and that compensation never stops. So does it really work? You know, I got started in this thing 30 years ago. I'm going to give you an example of several people that I personally brought in the business. We feel like right now it's a better opportunity today than it's ever been. Let me just give you a quick idea of some of our $100,000 earners. Here's a guy, Daniel Gilbert. Daniel graduated from Tennessee Tech. He was had a degree as an industrial engineer. He had started part-time with us, and when he graduated with his degree, he never used his degree. Today, he's making a high 6-figure income. Highest income month, single income month, Daniel was paid $47,000 for a month. Here's Ray Steele. Ray was a high school basketball coach and started with us on a part-time basis today. Another guy that's making 6 figures. Highest income month, one single month, $27,000. Here's the guy, another engineer, environmental engineer, Narseen. He's from India. He's been here for a number of years, and he went out, left engineering, started part-time, is a 6-figure incomer, highest income month, $38,000. Here's another person, Alex. Alex was a mother, a chemist. She raised her kids, worked part-time, went full-time with us. High single income month, Alex earned over $43,000 in 1 month. Here's Larry Spain. Larry's a guy that I personally worked with. He's in Cookeville, still up there. He was a store manager at Kmart. He started with me part-time. Larry has been making in excess of $100,000 a year, I think right now for 15 consecutive years. Highest income month, $29,595. Here's another one. This person, Jonathan, was in the hotel and restaurant industry, was a part-timer, started with me. I went out on appointments with him. I taught him how to do the business. Highest income month, over $22,000. He's out in California now. He and his wife, Lucia, both were making $100,000 plus incomes in the business, and then they met and they got married a number of years ago. So they found love at Primerica. Meet Anthony Miller. Anthony was a military background, was driving a vending route when I first met him. When I met Anthony, I sit there and I talked to Anthony. I worked with Anthony, became very close friends. Highest income month, over $42,000 in a month. And these are just a few of the people that we've gone out and taught and trained to be able to enter the financial services business. Now, let's say you decide to do this on your own. Here's what what you're up against. You go out, you buy your licensing and certification. You do that. You may go get you some type of degree. You're going to spend thousands of dollars. You got to rent offices and computers and get sales training. But the bottom line, you don't have anybody to talk to. You're on your own, no experience, no background. That's the real cost. So what do? We go out and we created a system to where we will subsidize your licensing fees. For $99, you can get started with us. For your background check and fees to the state of Tennessee, your licensing and certification, here's how it works. Included in your $99, okay, you get your term life license, you get a 20-hour course. Additionally, once you pass your test and make one transaction, we'll also fund your securities licensing, about $1,000 worth of licenses for $99. Your ongoing cost is $25 a month. And what do you get for the $25? You get all your training, you get all the sales tools. We have our own website that you can go to and get all thousands of hours of training. You get online tools to where you can purchase insurance. People can buy insurance and investments right on your phone. They can sign the phone and you can start a new client up. So if I met you and you were in another city, I could present online and actually do business with you. And the way we get paid is this. If you go out and you do a transaction today and you submit it tonight at midnight, they're gonna start paying you in direct deposit your money. So how do you get started? Well, there's three types of people that just got through listening here. Number one, you're excited. You're like me. When I got started, I was so excited about getting out and making money, getting a license, and I put my money in. I put in, at that time, $61, and for that, I was able to get a license. And I started working, and I started making money. In my first year part-time, this is in 1984, first year, I was paid about $7,000 part-time. I didn't know beans about anything. All I knew was I was excited, and I had some people helping me and directing me. So there's some of you that are excited. What you need to do is there's going to be a questionnaire that you need to submit, and you need to get with whoever sent you a link to this webinar, or if you came in from an advertisement, be sure and fill the form out, and what we'll do is we'll make sure and follow up with you and set a follow-up time. You may have some questions. Whoever invited you out or one of our managers will be happy to help you with that. Some of you say, you know what, this is just not for me. I love what you're doing. You may know somebody, if you know some kids that are trying to get jobs right now, or if you know some people that are at that age that they're worried about getting downsized, that kind of thing, hey, refer them to us, send them let them see this link, let us contact them, because we want to find some great people. But at the very minimum, you got some education today. What I would encourage you to do is meet with one of our advisors to where we can do a financial review for you and help you get started. Guys, I appreciate your time. I hope this has been something that's life-changing for some of you. The next step is complete the form that's attached with this, and we'll be happy to get with you and talk further.